All right, I'm on hole number 3 of the 2021 Summer Major. This is Wiseacre Ranch. First time we've ever played these in a tournament. Came out just for the Summer Major, and here we go. This is hole number 3. This is hole number 3. So we can get with a power 3 ball out into this range right here onto this pad trying to go forward. Now I played this twice during the scouting report. First time ever played them. I hit one out here where I clipped the rough and bled out into this area. Didn't get way up into it, but just bled out into it. And then I hit one over here to see what it looked like. I was able to pick up an albie on this, and it seemed like it was pretty straightforward as far as the second shot. Just doing a normal wind adjustment, and not adding on or taking off any of the wind. This out here seemed like it was pretty consistent. It's a narrow fairway. It does open up. I do kind of like the fact that it opens up. But it is a little bit narrow going through this path. But from where your red line is, you're starting off in this area with a 3 power ball. You could use a big topper, Titan, Kingmaker. Hitting out into this area, you'll either have to use getting one bounce here and getting the other bounce coming over. You'll have to use, depending on the wind, overpower to get it out there. I think I'm gonna go for the shot going over here. And let me check out my ball inventory. Let me talk about this hole one more time. So from where I hit out into this side, I was able to come at because the cup's right there. So I was able to come at it and do a rough bump off that. So if I would have, and I clipped the rough, so I just bled out. If I would have caught the fairway over here where I would have got forward run, I would have ended up further forward, and I would have taken this rough. I'd have been on this side of the rough, and would have taken that rough bump out of play. Now, you may still be able to use the rough bump and then use side spin to bring it back around to the hole. But if I hit past that, I think it would be better just to kind of run it up there. So depending on what you're playing, if you want to get rid of secondary wind effect, you may not want to hit it out there that far. From this side over here, you had a great rough bump. Great rough bump. Nice T rough bump right here. So it could be argued that either side's better. But I really want to get up into this area so I can see what it looks like. Because if we go on arc, let me think about where I was at in my club. I was in, I didn't write down what I used in my second one, but as far as arc to the hole, if you're out in this area right here coming around, distance wise, it may be the same distance out here as it is from this area right here. But if we're up in here, we might be able to change clubs, and that might be beneficial. So I'm going to continue to work that shot to the right, or excuse me, the left, and we'll see how it goes. It seemed like I was in my wood from out there. So I might be able to get up there far enough to get into my long iron. And I'm going to take one of these 2 bags right here. And I'm going to take a Titan, but if I need to take a power 4 ball, I'm trying to get rid of some of these power 4 balls in my inventory just so that I can narrow it down to 3 side spin. We're not really going to need the side spin there. More wind will obviously help you. Could use that ball right there just to knock that ball out of my inventory. So if I have to switch to a power 4 ball, I'm going to knock out that serpent ball and get it out of my inventory. I think this is a power 4 as well. 2 wind. 2 wind, those are the same. I'll start off with a Titan and we'll see how it goes, and then we'll start off with an extra mile, and then if I don't like that look, I'll switch to an Apocalypse. Let's see which way the wind's blowing. We're getting a headwind, so I may have to pop out a power 4 ball or hit it straight forward, one of the two. And if you hit it straight forward, I don't think you'll have to bring out a power 4 ball. You can just play it with a mortal ball. So consistency wise, it won't matter whether you get headwind or tailwind. You should be able to do the shot to the right no matter what. And it did seem like the wind was laying it down a little bit more than what it shows out here. I'm going to pull myself off a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room there on that second bounce. And I'll put just a slight bit of curl on it. It's about a ring and a little. Just trying to take out the side wind. Just a little teeny bit of curl. Isn't it perfect? And let's see how much it lays that ball down. If I can get over. Am I getting over and getting some forward run? Getting some forward run. Good. Now, power 4 ball, obviously there you would get quite a bit of run. If you brought out a power 5 ball, you might be able to bring out your big topper, and your big topper you're going to get even better run. Pull up my trusty dusty calculator here. I kind of like the shot to the right. I'm pretty sure I was in my wood range out there. I'm just curious to see if I picked, with the extra distance I picked up here, not clipping the rough on the left, if I can, I was definitely in my wood range. Where's the red line? Okay, there's max, and there's min, so I'm at mid long iron. And this angle, yeah, I'm gonna do the rough bump. So I'm at mid grizzly, which is 1.1 per ring. So it's 3 point divided by 1.1. It's 2.72 rings. And there's 2.5. There's 2.75. Getting it perfect. Ooh, just barely clipped that rough. Just barely clipped it. That was really close to being in big trouble. Might want to add a little bit on there because that looked like it was real close with headwind. I'll have to go back and look at that shot and see, run it in slow-mo so I can see where it landed and see if I need to make an adjustment, and keeping track of whether, if you're in headwind or tailwind, whether you need to make, what kind of an adjustment you need to make. Getting it great to the right. Close to Albie. About that far away. I was that far away. Had my distance right. Eagle. So in the first 3 holes, I think literally we could potentially come out of the first 3 holes. All 3 of those holes are super makeable. And we have some options on this hole as far as how we want to come at it, depending on the ball inventory that you have. If you got a lot of special balls, I think coming at it from the left is probably going to be your best option, because you can get into your long iron range, whereas if you hit it to the right, you're going to be consigned to your wood. So if we go back out and let's take a look at that. So where I was at up here, I was in my wood range, still able to do that rough bump. Whereas if I come out into here, I think no matter what, you're going to be in wood range out here. So consistency wise, if you've got the ball inventories, because we're going to get some of those winds where you may not be able to get out there, or if you don't have an extra mile 8, you may not be able to get out into this area. But I do think if you have to bring out a 4 or 5 power ball, if you've got a big topper, even though you're getting less distance, raw distance with the club, you may net more yards with all the top spin than you would with your extra mile. So if you're going to bring out one of those bigger balls, I would think about using the big topper instead. All right, that was hole number 3 of Wiseacre Ranch in the 2021 Winter Major. Or excuse me, Winter Major. What were we talking about? It's like 100 degrees outside right now. Summer major. Thanks for watching.